So you're thinking about moving to Melbourne, Florida? This video is for all the snowbirds to give you a good comparison of the cost of living in other states compared to the cost of living in Melbourne, Florida. So stay tuned. Okay, let's start off with the overall cost of living. Melbourne, Florida has a cost of living of 90.9. That's out of 100, which is the national average. Compared to that, you can see that New York City has a much higher cost of living at 187. Georgia and Texas about the same, just slightly more expensive. And Massachusetts and Connecticut quite more expensive than Melbourne, Florida. The grocery prices in Melbourne, Florida are pretty much the same as the national average. Compared to those states, New York City obviously more expensive. Georgia and Texas are actually cheaper for groceries than Melbourne, Florida, and Massachusetts and Connecticut are more expensive. Looking at the healthcare, the index right now in Melbourne, Florida is 94.4, which is just below Georgia, Texas, and Connecticut. And the prices in New York City are obviously significantly more expensive for healthcare, whereas the prices in Massachusetts are actually a lot cheaper than in Melbourne, Florida. The index for utilities right now is 97.3, which is just below Texas and Georgia, whereas Massachusetts, Connecticut, and especially New York City are significantly more expensive. The cost of transportation is significantly cheaper in Melbourne, Florida than in all those other states. The index right now is 83.4, which is about 20% lower than Georgia, Texas, Connecticut, and Massachusetts, and actually more than half the price of the transportation cost of New York City. And finally, we have real estate prices. The index right now in Melbourne, Florida is 84.3, which is just about the same as Georgia and Texas. The prices in Connecticut are about 20% higher, whereas the prices in Massachusetts are double, and New York City even triple that amount. And if you like this video, please hit the like button real quick. It really helps me out. And subscribe to my channel to stay updated with all the latest videos on Melbourne, Florida, and the Florida Space Coast. Melbourne has so much to offer, and if you're even thinking about moving to Melbourne, Florida, give me a call, send me a text message, an email, or even send a pigeon carrier. I love hearing from you, answering all your questions, and helping you find that perfect home.